Blake Simpson and center fielder Kate Smith. Coach, if you wouldn't mind giving us an opening statement, then we'll take questions. Members of the media, when you ask a question, please raise your hand. When you're called on, please identify your name and your outlet. Coach.
All right, good job by Troy winning the first game. Series is not over. One thing I told the team in the dugout is we're back to 3-game series. We play that 15 times during the year. And so the art of winning a weekend is if Friday doesn't go your way, you got to flip the momentum and regroup, stay out of your feelings on Friday. And you got to make sure that tomorrow we come out with a hot start and turn the momentum in our favor. Good job by their left-handers. I thought they attacked with the fastball really well. Pretty economical. We thought there early on that Stubbs was going to get into his pitch count. We knew he was on short rest, but he did a good job of hanging around. We scored early, got a 0, but then we didn't stay away from the big inning. They had 2 big innings there, and we just lost track of the ball there at the end of the game. But proud of the way these guys fought, and I thought Gage Haley, except for one pitch in the middle innings, threw the ball pretty well. And then we had a hanging slider, and they did what hot teams do. They hit it hard.
Questions, please raise your hand. Right here.
Max Donaldson, USA Today Network. Just obviously, I know you're on the road, but just for this type of environment to be at a mid-major, just what does it say? Just how special was it maybe to see the growth of mid-major, especially these last 2 weekends?
Yeah, I don't think the environment affected us at all. We've played in bigger environments. However, I do think it's great for college baseball on the mid-major level to have this much fan interest, to have these many people come out to a ball game and create a fun atmosphere for these guys. I think that's awesome. I think that speaks to where college baseball is at today and the interest. We all know the usual names that draw fans, but to see a lot of fans coming to a super regional between 2 mid-majors, we appreciate them supporting college baseball.
Mike Harley, Arkansas Democrat. Coach, just want to ask about Barack. Obviously, you had the big Gainesville regional.
Yeah.
Kind of follow that up today with 2 big homers. So, I mean, what do you guys kind of got to do to try to slow him down?
Yeah, you try to circle a guy or 2 in the lineup that you don't want to beat you. Sometimes mathematically he comes around in a big moment. There in the last at bat, we had him down with 2 strikes, had gotten underneath his barrel with breaking balls, and then we just hung a breaking ball there at the end. They hit 4 home runs, and so they're doing it with multiple hitters. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go back and evaluate the way they matched up their lineup, and then we're going to look at our Game 2 starter, whoever that's going to be, don't know right now, and see who gets us off to a good start. The lefties are in there. There's 3 in a row, and that's where Westmoreland kind of got into trouble. It was good the first time through, and the second time through, the lefties jumped on him. Boroff's really hot. And so what we're going to do to answer your question is we're going to look at who matches up best against their best hitters and their left-handers.
Yeah, Coach, check out on KTV. Just you touched on it there with Brandon. What was it specifically that they did that kind of felt like they had a beat on what he was trying to do?
Yeah, Brandon is very good against right-handed hitters. Against lefties, you saw it a little bit against Southern Miss. When he gets up under his 2-seamer and it flattens out, he leaves it out over the plate, and it can get hit. I watched the velocity there, and it was 92 to 94 there in the first inning. Second inning, it dropped from 91 to 93. He's at 100 innings on the year. He's been an absolute thoroughbred horse for us. I think it was a combination of him getting up under the baseball, the velo dropping a tick. I would credit the velo dropping a tick to that starter adrenaline that every starter has for their first 30 pitches kind of wearing down. But, yeah, against left-handers, he's going to have a changeup. He's going to have to get his slider up under their barrel to be effective, and it just didn't do that today.
Hey, Coach, Nick Luttrell, THP 11. I think it's been a little over 2 weeks since you guys last lost a ball game. How do you respond after this, knowing your season is on the line again?
Yeah, it was weird not shaking hands with the players because we've been doing so much winning. And so what I told them is I referenced a super regional that I am familiar with where one team won big on Friday night, and then the other team was able to flip the momentum on Saturday and come back and win the weekend. We've been good at that, and I've already started talking with the team, met with them in the dugout, going to let them get some food, shower off, going to let them kind of come down a little bit from the game, and then we'll meet again tonight and we'll talk about the game plan. But we're not in an elimination game tonight. We're not back against the wall tonight, and so we get to play another day. And like I said, we're going to talk about how to flip the momentum of the game of the weekend.
Back.
Yeah, for players to take first, just along those lines, do you find it's easier to kind of rebound after a big blowout win than a close one, or just how easy is it to rebound from a game like this?
Yeah, I mean, we've been through this quite a bit this year. I mean, we've lost the first game quite a bit, and we're just going to prepare like we always do and come out there and have confidence and just do what we normally do.
Yeah, kind of what Kate said. I mean, we lost before earlier in the year. We're just going to flip the switch and come back out tomorrow and compete.
And historically, if you look at our weekends, we won a lot of series. We would drop on Friday and then come back and win the series. And so there's a blueprint there for us. We know that Troy's playing very well, and they're going to battle, and it ought to be a good one.
Right in front.
For the players as well, obviously you guys were in a situation in the OVC tournament where you had to win 5 in a row to kind of get out of there. So what can kind of drop of that experience of having been in plenty of elimination games here recently?
Yeah, I mean, knowing we've been there before definitely gives us confidence. But I mean, we know that we're just going to go out there, and I mean, we've prepared really well, and we know that they threw 2 of their best left-handers today, so we know that we're going to just put together quality at bats.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen what we can do after playing 7 games in a row and seeing how good we can hit. So we'll just rest up, come back tomorrow, fresh legs, and just compete. Yeah.
Any other questions? Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys. You guys.